set up and you're ready to roll with some practice.
Yep.
You want to practice. I'm going to show you a drill that we're going to do to create some feel for how far your ball's going to roll out and how far you need to carry the ball to get it to the hole with
Right.
these 9 irons.
Right.
So come over here, and I'm going to show you how we do this. I don't really have a name for this drill. I probably should have a name for it, but it's really just varying where the ball is set up in your stance.
Okay.
With these shorter clubs. So what I would do is I usually get 3 golf balls. Sometimes I do 4 if I'm feeling like I have really good feel that day. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the first one. We're going the same hole every time. We're gonna start with the first one off of our back foot here. And if you'll notice, my feet when I hit this shot are really close together.
Right.
So we get it off of our back foot here, and we're just gonna hit a nice little, and that de-lofts the club for us.
Right.
So when we hit this shot, our club is gonna be a lot more, it's gonna have a lot lower loft than if we would hit a shot off of the middle bar or off of our front foot.
Yeah.
That's naturally gonna make it go lower. So I gotta land this shorter, right? So I'm off my back foot, making sure the club goes straight to the target, and see how my club face is. When I get to here, it's still pretty much facing the target.
Right.
All right, and then we go to our next one. We go right in the middle of our feet here, and we still have my hands are still down, and my grip's still going right in my pocket here.
Yep.
Middle of our stance. Gotta carry that one a little bit further. All right, this next one, we're gonna go off of our front foot. This one's really awkward, and you're never gonna have to hit a shot like this, and you're usually never gonna have to hit a shot off your back foot like that.
Right.
But this one, you have to really push your hands through and really make sure that club is getting, the face is staying at the target the whole way through. That's what this is working on right here. I'll have to carry this one a little bit further than the last 2. You're gonna have a little bit more spin. That wasn't a very good shot, but you gotta make sure your hands are through like that, and it keeps you de-lofting that club the whole way through.
Right.
So let's take some shots with that. Get 3 golf balls. Set up the first one off the back foot. You can set up however you feel comfortable with the width of your stance.
Right.
That's more of a preference kind of thing. But I'd like to see this ball even further off your back foot. So almost behind it, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Very exaggerated. There you go. Nice. This one off the middle. Perfect. Very good. Up going into the pocket. Nice. Good. That was a little fat, right?
Yeah, a little fat.
And it was a little too short of a swing, but
Yep.
that was good holding the face towards the target.
Yep.
That was a good motion there. If the hole was 5 feet shorter.
Right. Now front
foot. That one we swung up on a little bit, but that's the first time you've ever hit that shot.
Yeah,
so it's
right.
That's a tough one.
Same
Let's do it again.
Front or start with back.
I would start with back again. But whatever you can do, I would say, if we're practicing our short game shots and developing our feel, as much as we can change throughout whatever. If we're here with a bucket of balls and we're going to practice short game, we're going to change up any different variable we can to try to develop our feel.
Yep.
If you want to get your technique down and how you swing the golf club, you really want to just knock down and get a ball and hit the same exact shot.
Right.
But I think you have very good technique, as we saw in your before videos. So now we're just developing feel.
Right.
And to develop that feel, you got to go to different yardages to see how far you carry everyone. Use different clubs to see how far it rolls out with everything.
Yep.
And vary up your stance, because that's a huge difference in your ball position.
Right.
It's a huge difference in where you hit the ball.
Right.
So as you're practicing short game, that's the biggest thing you got to focus on.
Right.
But yeah, for now, this is a great drill to do. You can go even further back than that if we're hitting a low one. There you go. Love that. How am I going? Woo! There you go. That's the middle. Nice. Really good. similar to the last one you hit with that front stance.
Right.
So let's do one more.
Yep.
And once we get to the front one, we're gonna pause and I'm gonna show you something.
Yep. There you go. Nice.
You're hitting that back one crispy every time.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay. Swing a little bit up on that one.
Okay. Yep. Right.
So this one, the first two times you hit this front one, you're still going up on the ball a little bit, which
Yep.
is, it's so difficult to still stay down and through the ball
Right.
when it's that far up. But that's another thing that you're going to develop your feel with, is just, varying where that ball is.
Yep.
And with this one, I want you to make sure that you clip the ground like in front of this one.
Okay.
So really moving your hands through that and keeping it down and through.
Yep. Okay.
There you go. Nice. Awesome. So one thing that we do with golf and with basketball and even baseball too, I mean, with baseball, when you're doing those, I did a lot of tee drills when I was playing baseball. You probably did it too,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So with the tee drills, a lot of times we're doing really exaggerated stuff.
Totally.
And with this, if we want to get that feel and really ingrain that feel into our heads, we have to be doing like exaggerated practice.
Right.
So you're never going to hit that shot.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
Except for when you're practicing.
Yep.
But that ingrains that feel in your head, and it gets us to exaggerate that feel so that